All eyes on Georgia after former President Donald Trump appeared in a Washington, D.C. courtroom earlier this week. He faces charges in 3 separate cases now, and a 4th could come as early as next week right here in Georgia. Joining me now is Todd, moderator of Meet the Press on NBC. Chuck, on Sunday's show, you'll be speaking with an attorney for the former President John Lauro. What do we think the legal defense will look like here?
It's a good question because what they have trotted out in talking about the First Amendment and all this stuff, it almost feels like they assumed they were going to be charged with incitement and charged more directly with the insurrection, which they were not. So speech isn't, there's nothing about the president's words that are being used in this indictment. It is his actions, including trying to get that alternative slate of electors, or the actions he took in the state of Georgia and the actions he took in these places. So I think that it's going to be interesting where they end up landing in a legal front. Look, I think they have a tricky defense here, especially on the elector front, because taking bad legal advice is not necessarily something you can use as a defense either. So I think he's in a tough spot. I don't think they have a perfect defense here, but then again, they don't need a perfect one. They just need to find one juror.
That's true. Meanwhile, Chuck, here in Georgia, we are waiting on a decision from Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis. And although the Trump team is still trying to thwart that prosecution via appeals here, if the district attorney announces an indictment, where does that rank with the other 3 cases against the former president right now?
Well, because it's the 4th indictment, I think it isn't going to have the same impact as indictment 1 did. Or perhaps what we saw this week. But when you talk to legal experts and you talk to the Trump folks, the case they're the most nervous about, and they think the hardest one for them to overcome, is Georgia. Because he's caught on tape doing 2 things. 1, asking for a specific number of votes. And 2, threatening Raffensperger with a criminal investigation if he doesn't do it. He's on tape, right? Like, there isn't, you don't have to put on a witness to say he said this and then say he said that. It's on tape. So this is why the Trump folks are fighting so hard to try to not get it started. They're trying to do whatever they can because the actual facts of this case are very difficult for them to push back on.